Hello, how is everyone doing? And today we will be doing a short intro on magic, black magic, and the four worlds within, right? So let's just dive right in, guys. Okay, so the four worlds. Ancients categorized humans as mind, body, and soul, with 20th century psychologists adding the subconscious, resulting in a fourfold classification of the universe and its corresponding worlds. So, guys, we need to understand that besides the three-dimensional planes, there are other planes within this oracle field within us, right? Things that are controlling what is to happen later, right? Things that are happening in higher dimensions, things that are happening in ether time space. This is also the connection between spirituality and the theory of string theory. The astral body is the link between the spiritual and physical worlds, facilitating intuition, magical phenomena, and psychic energy. Most occult and magical phenomena originate in the visible, non-sensate realm. Our center of consciousness is typically within these higher worlds, as exemplified by the rock group, the Police, who refer to us as spirits in the material world. So, guys, the non-sensate realm is also another way to just say ether, right? Space. Ether and space they coincide with each other because we know the main elements to be fire, water, earth, and air. The fifth element is ether, or at the top of the Kabbalah is Kether, or we know it as space-time, right? So the rock group, when they refer to us as the spirits in the material world, they want us to know that even what Rene Descartes has said before, that the soul, the pineal is the soul of the brain, right? And we are essentially a soul within this material world, right? We are souls within this material world. Now, planes, vehicles, and sheets are all considered the same as worlds, with the same group including an etheric or vital body between physical and astral. This body is mostly physical with a lower astral. Astral and mental are sometimes divided into two parts, with the casual body being the upper mental. Other occult groups use similar terms such as astral light, inner planes, and invisible world, right? So those terminologies are just another way to say ether, time, space, right? The things that we cannot visually see through our light apparatus, things that are happening, right? Things that are going on within these dimensions and planes that we cannot physically see through light apparatus. Let's look at microcosm and macrocosm. Traditional occult philosophy emphasizes the concept of the microcosm and macrocosm. The macrocosm, the larger universe, encompasses all existence, while the microcosm, or tiny universe, is represented by man, who is seen as a miniature replica of the entire universe. So to say that a star within a plethora of all this space, a little tiny star in the sky, even though it's a small speck, it's a microcosm within this massive galaxy, it still has a significance within the entire universe. That is the same for human life. While we might be one human within this billions of people in this earth, we still have a significance for the entire universe. This relationship is exemplified in the Bible, where God is the macrocosm, and in the writings of Trismegistus as a magician, one is connected to the macrocosm, forming an intimate relationship with everything else. The universe is reflected within us, and we are projected into a theory central to magic and astrology. So once again, God, right? When we explain God, we have to understand God is the only singularity. We as humans are plurality. We are duality, right? We can do light, we can do dark, we can be good, we can be bad, because we are duality. Right, that is why us as souls and beings on this earth, we are duality. But God is the only singular, right? That is the macrocosm as we are the microcosm. Let's look into some white magic and black magic. Here we could also see the four elements in play along with Tai Chi and the four lower bodies, physical, etheric, emotional, astral, and mental, right? And we also see the four persons of God: Holy Spirit, Father, Mother, and Son. Usually when we see God, it's a trilogy, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But when we have to look at this in the way of the quadruplicities, we have to understand that these all four come into play. Personal magic involves self-affecting techniques like affirmation, self-suggestion, and self-hypnosis. Active magic is outer-directed, magic used to affect someone or something, while passive magic is affected by an outside, non-physical cause. Everyone possesses some magical and physic potential, psychic potential, with some gifted. People typically excel in one type of magic, but only rarely excel at both. Training and practice can improve ability somewhat. So for the most part, guys, when you speak things out or when you think things out, it is a form of hypnotism or a form of self-hypnosis. The way you project your words, the way you do things in this cosmos is a way of spell casting. You will see the way you speak will rub off to other people. They will pick up your mannerisms, body language, the way you speak. They will begin to speak similar to you because it is a way of spell casting. Because your words are extremely important. How you say them and the body language you portray with it is also very important. That's why self-hypnosis is very important, because a person who thinks they are sick and effectively thinks this will remain sick, because this is something they are putting to a hypnotic state. Now, while there is still nuance within this of a person actually being sick, the self-hypnosis and active magic is still directed, because that's how powerful of a soul we are. Now, if a person thinks, I am the most creative force in this cosmos, then there will be no limiters set on them. They can excel at many things. And this is why affirmations are very important to say and do, and to think positively is very, very essential. And that's why it's even written here that possessing both qualities is kind of difficult, because while someone may be good at magic on someone else, they still might not be good at the self-hypnosis on themselves. Magic often produces side effects. Regardless of the desired outcome, constructive magic is benign, while aversive magic can cause aversive side effects that may harm the magician, making it a dangerous practice. Now, guys, when we get into magic, black magic specifically, it is done in ways where there is usually when you use black magic, you use it in a setting of evil. So when you're in a setting of evil, you understand the dark karma that comes with it. And usually these magicians that are doing this, they kind of understand this already. But that is the premise of the evil. They are willing to subdue whatever evil comes to them, as long as this evil that they do transpires, as long as it comes to fruition, as long as it shall suffice in the cosmos. They do not care about the aversive side effects. That's why it is essential you understand what you say, what you do, and how you are doing this and putting it into practice, guys. So let's look at some black magic, guys. Magic, a neutral force, can take on qualities of good and evil. There are three types of main magic, right? There's white magic, black magic, and gray magic. White magic refers to magic for unselfish purposes, healing and mental influence with specific permission, while black magic refers to magic for self-interest and healing without specific permission. Using magic to forcefully control another's will is also considered black magic. Some people on the occult fringe claim to be or think that they are black magicians, but they are likely charlatans, hoaxers, dabblers, or misinformed. A real black magician is dangerous due to their dedication to evil. White magic is often seen as unselfish intent, while black magic is often seen as Satan worship, human or animal sacrifice, and other bizarre practices. The degree of magic varies, with some terms like constructive magic being beneficial and others like aversive magic. There are also high magic, spiritual alchemy, and low magic, which are concerned with materiality. So guys, we have to understand the subconscious mind is never at rest. When you sleep, the subconscious mind is still within the aether space, giving you dreams and your pineal and your hippocampus are all still intertwined together and still working. The subconscious does not stop. And even when you think when you pass away or when you die, it still does not stop. The subconscious never stops because we are souls in this cosmos. The soul never dies, guys. So it is essential, guys, when you decide to look into magic for yourselves, it is good to understand both white and gray and black magic, but to understand why black magic is being done. But there's no need to fear, guys. There is incantations you could say to make sure yourself is protected from any forms of black magic done onto you. There are incantations for these, guys. So magic is a continuous process, right? Where your subconscious constantly shifts your environment to align with your model. Regardless of whether you study magic or not, while most people are not aware of these effects, working with the occult increases psychic energy, flow, and awareness, leading to a stronger expression of true will and potential impact on your luck. A positive outlook is beneficial as our lives tend to follow our desires, making a positive outlook beneficial, right? This is why having a positive, predetermined mindset is very critical, because our subconscious mind will make a byproduct of this. Our thoughts make actions. Our actions go out into the material world. And the material world is what is called manifestation. So how we perceive things, how we think things, and how we say these things are extremely important, right? Because this is what forms the materialization in this three-dimensional world. We have to understand that everything starts from the 12D. And it works its way down. All these channels and energies and these chakras are working its way down. So when we finally see it through our light apparatus, the finalization, the final product, the material, this was at works prior at the 5th dimension and the ether time space, at the 6th dimension, at the 8th dimension, at the 9th dimension where God stays in 10, 11, 12, right? This has been at work since then. But we are now just seeing it through the material eyes, right? What our light apparatus could touch. But we have to understand that this psychic energy is very, very powerful. And the magic is a continuous process. It is a never-ending process because our subconscious does not sleep. Now, when you are getting into magic yourselves and let's say you don't even want to get into any of these magic. You just want to use affirmations to make sure you're in a positive mindset. It's good to make sure you have a book for this. Keep a diary of your magical experiments and research. Include dates and astrological data. Record your dreams, especially important ones, as they can reveal personal information and sometimes reveal prenominations. Avoid the commercial dream book gimmick and focus on personal dreams, as they can reveal premonitions and provide valuable insights into your life. Now, guys, the dreams you have, some may think, well, it was just a dream. It maybe has no direct influence on my day-to-day life, you know? Maybe a man thinks, I'm going to school every day and I had a dream of me. Maybe he thinks something super, super unrealistic in a dream, right? But these dreams are a byproduct of, like I said before, it's a byproduct of thoughts, actions, and words. So everything we're doing prior to when we go to sleep, right? And our subconscious enters this aether time space. All these thoughts and emotions and everything we feel is a byproduct of how the dream will end up. You ever feel really, really intensely scared or fearful, and then you went to sleep and you had a very, very dark nightmare? This was, in fact, a manifestation of your own thoughts and emotions. This is how powerful your soul and brain really are, that you can manifest things into your dream state. And when you manifest things into your dream state and you continuously do things like this, you can manifest things like this into your ether time space. Ether time space coming into the material world. This is why it's important to understand the 5 elements and how you could use them to your advantage. Now, affirmations are extremely important, guys. The mind is always open to suggestions, especially the subconscious, to break through censorship. Repetition is key. An affirmation is a positive suggestion that can affect your model, either spoken or silently. Repeating an affirmation several times a day, especially when going to bed, can help change or develop quality you wish to change. Affirmations are subtle and may take a few months to work, but they are ideal for changes rather than miracles. Remember, affirmations are not miracles, but rather a tool for self-improvement. So guys, here is a word of advice that you guys should take. And if you really have trouble repeating things to yourself, you get in such a emotional rut that you just can't do things, you just get stuck. I know sometimes it's hard, and your thoughts may be overbearing, and sometimes it may feel like you're completely stuck and you can't do these affirmations. So what I want you to do is, I want you to first light a candle and then record yourself saying positive things about yourselves. I am handsome. I plan on losing a pound of weight every single week. Record yourself saying this, right? Record all the affirmations you want for the week. Listen to them every single day. Forget listening to music. Forget listening to podcasts. Forget to listening to anything else. Listen to the repetition of your affirmations. If you're willing to listen to yourself re-say things over and over again, you will be able to create manifestation. Like I said before, everything happens from the 12th dimension on forward back to our 3rd dimension that we can see where our light apparatus. So therefore, it is important that we have these positive affirmations that bring forth what we want in the material world. Now, here's a simple brainwash technique for you guys. Visualization is a powerful tool for influencing the subconscious, particularly in magic. The banishing technique involves imagining a strong white light flowing out of your head, covering you, and removing any negative vibes. This visualization helps you handle emotions and control worry or anger. It is a simple yet effective way to clear the air of negative influences and interference. So guys, if you are able to just do this visualization and you strongly believe that it will help, you must believe that it will. And this is called self-hypnosis. This simple brainwash technique, the banishing technique, is not just a technique that is it is something that you have to put into fruition yourself. It is a technique that, if you understand how powerful of a soul you are, you will understand your true capabilities and your true powers in this cosmos, and how powerful your simple banishing technique is. And if you understand how simple this visualization can help you control anger, fear, and things of that nature, you can move more freely in this cosmos. You can control more of your chakra points. You will be able to control a lot more than you think you can't, right? You won't be a fool of thought. Rather, you would be a craver for knowledge because you understand how powerful the subconscious is. But guys, this was just a small little rundown on the beginning of magic. If you have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comments. I'd love to read them. But other than that, guys, have a great day, and thank you for watching.